about fame and coming with the territory and things like that. Obviously, you faced many challenges along the way, especially the whole censorship thing that blew up as well. And Dee was a powerful voice in that, wasn't he? So how did you feel about all that when it was happening?
That I wish we would have stayed out of. That whole, especially like, I think if you're a musician or an actor or well-known musician, I think you should keep your opinion about censorship to yourself, or maybe make comments of it. But I think we went a bit far with it. I mean, I think it was kind of cool to stand up for your rights, but I think in the long run, it wasn't a good thing to go to Congress and try to like take them on because they don't like to lose. And Dee did a great job in representing himself, and they weren't happy about it. They thought they were going to get some drunken, drugged out fool show up and embarrass himself and put more nails in the coffin, so to speak. And but it didn't go that way. So I think it ended up, even though it was a positive thing, it also took a toll, on the band. So, like I said, I just think it's one thing to be involved in or support something, but it's another thing when you head it up and be part of something and get too involved in it, because then it can end up hurting your career, I think, I mean, especially with Donald Trump, people actually, there's families that don't speak to each other because somebody voted for Trump. People have taken that so far, and it never used to be like that. I mean, people say, okay, this guy got voted in, fine, I didn't vote for him, but let's see what happens. But now the division is just insane, and like I said, people just take it too far now. All the political stuff that's going on, it's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. In terms of that going to Congress and things, I mean, obviously that's your thoughts on it now, of seeing what's happened. At the time, were you all guns for it? Were you thinking this was the best thing to do, the right thing to do, or did you have doubts at the time?
At the time, I thought it was the right thing to do. But, after what happened from it, I said, like, well, maybe that's kind of, I didn't really think about it much till after that happened. Then I said, I'm going to keep my opinion about this stuff. I'm not going to, when people ask me about politics, I'm not going to tell them who I support. Just stay out of it. That's personal. That's private, and that's the way I think people should keep it.
Yeah, true.
Going too far with it.
And what sort of kickback did you get from I don't know, the government, the people, the powers that be after Dee stood up the way he did at Congress?
I'm not sure, but it seemed like I just thought it hurt our popularity. And I don't know if they had something to do with it. I think some of the guys' phones were tapped and stuff like that. And it was him, Frank Zappa, and John Denver went to Congress. Of course, John Denver, I mean, he's like a little folk guy. Nobody's going to care. But I think, and Friends and Zappa was sort of very risky, but us being sort of this rock band, I don't know if they had influence with the radio stations or whatever, but it was just kind of weird. We sort of had a bit of a hard time after that until the reunion, until we finally came back, in 2007, 20, that's when it's 20, I think 2004, I think we did the first tour, reunited.